encountered sights in the void that would chill your blood, Tenno. We really must trade stories sometime. There is such a thing as being too discerning, you know.
Hello, Golden Warrior. Just back from the void, I presume.
Some might say there's a better use for these ducats, but I say, why should the Orokin get to have all the fun?
Pleasure doing business with you, Tenno. Perhaps you'll come to one of my next parties? I have much to show you. If you like that, come back next time I'm in the relay. I'll have something extra special for you.
Oh, I just knew I'd have something you'd like.
An excellent choice. Be sure to visit again when I have new finds.
You're one of my favorite customers, Tenno. Even I have no idea what's inside.
Do the crazy thing. Maybe I don't quit because this is the only game I can win. When I think of the things I used to be, too old to cry and too young to die.
Operator, Ortis has determined the secrets to happiness. A combination of heightened dopamine levels and a terrible memory. You're welcome!
The Zariman. There is no life aboard. And yet, all the system can hear it sing.
What does it mean?
My child, I saw the chaos with my own eyes and brought many like you out of that hell. Now, I must send you back there. You are a child no longer, and you have a legacy to protect. Be swift. The Zariman awaits.
Always knew that mess was going to come back and haunt me. There's that familiar smell. Looks like the Grenier beat us here.
Yeah? The song is crowded me out. You must find its source alone.
So what happens after that?
You will know. You are a child of the void.
Going to have to scuttle the Zariman. Kuba hounds dug in like ticks. Can't take any risks with this hellish place. What happened? Am I...
Dead? No, not you. This is not the homecoming we would have wished for you, but welcome home, all the same. Call me Quinn. We hold fast are the last remaining crew of the Zariman.
You can't be. The crew all died.
The void creates. Death is merely a blank canvas. We numbered 5 not long ago. Poor Kira. The song broke down her resistance. She raised her voice in answer, and now she's one of them.
Wait. Are you saying that thing I just saw?
Was Kira, yes. That form is what awaits us, should we fail to hold fast. The others were all like us, once. But in time, they all drank from that bleak reliquary. And now they scream in chorus to the void. The Zariman must be saved.
Do you have any idea how dangerous this ship is?
The Zariman has suffered, but she can still be a barricade against what is yet to come, if you stand with us. Help us keep her out of the hands of invaders like these Grenier. When you are ready, come to the lower decks. A void cascade is already breaking down what you accept as reality.
Listen, kid. Hombask here. Quinn means well, but there ain't no stopping this. We're hungry, just like Kira was. Only a matter of time. Sooner Quinn admits that to himself, the better.
The Grenier restarted the damaged reliquary drive. They unleashed a cascade of void contamination. Void manifestations from beyond the membrane. We've come to know them as Thrax. They will attack and possess our exolizers, making the units spread void contamination instead of cleansing it.
Contamination's messing with transfer.
Damn it. The void has taken this exolizer. It's making the contamination worse. You wield the void. Try to purge it. These interlopers have already so critical to Zariman. The void has seen something like them before. These half-made manifestations of energy. But a different thing.
Same old story. Grenier ghosts on my trail, no matter where I go.
Void contamination dropping. Attacking the possessed exolizer. Deal with it while you still can.
We can talk about it sometime when I'm not fighting for my life, okay?
Those void nightmares are hell-bent on one thing. Manifesting more nightmares. Remember that first Harvest Festival? Children laughing in the agribiomes? I wait for it.
Yeah. I remember singing picking fruit under their warm light. Hands stained purple with raspberry juice. You really think things could have been different? When? What is happening?
The contamination. It amplifies the song. We're running out of time. Under assault. Contamination levels going in the wrong direction. Of a possessed Exolyzer. Hurry before it brings out even more void contamination. Cascade is approaching critical levels. Their time is running out. Cascade intensifying. Cascade is nearing the tipping point. You are about to face irreversible contamination. Kid, you can't give up on me now. Kid! Restarted the damaged reliquary drive. They unleashed a cascade of void contamination. Void manifestations from beyond the membrane. We've come to know them as brats. They will attack and possess our excellences, making the unit spread void contamination instead of cleansing it.
Contamination messing with transference.
Barely set foot aboard the Zariman. The void is something than before. These half-made manifestations, but a different thing.
Same old story. Grenier ghosts on my trail, no matter where I go. Exolyzer located. Purge it and make it work for us.
contamination. This cascade is growing out of control. Away from the exilizers. First Harvest Festival? Children laughing in the agrobiomes? I wish you were good.
I remember singing, picking fruit under those warm lights. Hands stained purple with Loeffler-berry juice. You really think things could have been different? Quinn, what is happening?
The contamination. It amplifies the song. We're running out of time. If we can kill the grenade close to the exilizer, it'll pull the void contamination right off of it. Just lost an exilizer to possession. Get it back. Nearby times will degrade the exilizer's performance. Clear them out to get the system working full steam. Contamination spreading. Drags away from that exilizer until it discharges. That'll make this cascade in the bud. Marking a possessed exilizer. Deal while you still can. copy. I no longer detect new void manifestations. It's safe to stand down. Please, return to the chrysalid. Understand, the Zariman is yours now. You inherited it, along with the duty to protect it.
I reckon she can fend for herself. I'll help with whatever crisis you've got going on here, but that's all. I'm not looking for another prison.
Wait. Listen. Forward flow. Get to floor Sigma D7. Archimedean Yonta will direct you from there.
Aren't you a fascinating anomaly? Anomalies. Oh, right. Explanations. When consciousness and void come together, it makes a thing. For example, me. Not nearly as fascinating as you, though.
Yeah, we covered conceptual embodiment in TA.
Kira called them angels. But then what does that make us? We gestated in the belly of the Zariman beast, same as them. Woke when we heard those words call us, same as them. But we aren't like them. And I'll be damned if we don't go down fighting. Right?
The angels are tearing through the Albrecht membrane. Void is flooding in through the ruptures they've created. The Zariman's automatic fighter blast system is damaged and overwhelmed. Seems its designer, me, neglected to envision a situation like this. We need to resort to manual application. Gather up nearby Vitaplast and stuff it in the ruptures. Keep the Zariman high and dry.
For something once. Oh, the Orokin draped her in all their hollow pride and pomposity. But to the ordinary families, she meant hope. Earth was ruined. Mars arid. Lure fractured. Tau would have been a chance to begin again. We shall not fear to take the leap across the gulf to fair.
Though all the dark and deep, a home awaits us there. Yeah? You really thought we knew?
This is about as bad as it could be. It's boring. She's mutated and us all. She knows us too well.
You can hold out. I know you can. That's one less void abomination to worry about. Not bad for a day's work.
We've lost too much time. Those idiotic Grineer are cracking the shield on the reliquary drive. The angels are heading there to feed.
I'll stop the Grineer. And Kira, too.
You're really going to try, huh? Okay. Caballero can show you how to use the old deployable defenses. You'll need them. This can only in one of two ways. We die or we change. Promise me after we're gone, you'll take care of the Zariman.
I promise. Don't worry, Quinn. I won't let you suffer.
The Orokin only wanted ceremonial weapons on the Zariman. Something as important as the reliquary drive, they built in 2 little security guarantees. Auto-fabricating armaments and exodampers. Exodampers suppress enemy combat ability. We need to defend our exodampers and our reliquary with armaments. Got that? We use Argosine to build the armaments. I marked an Argosine drop on your radar. Think you managed to find it? Hey, Yanta. How many of those big finger relics are out there, do you think?
Well, fewer than there used to be. So long as the originals are still safely sealed away, of course.
They're natural. Now, I'm sure you want to go crazy building armaments all over. You cannot do that. You need to use sockets. Go find the socket that appeals to you most. Your socket. The socket that was meant for you. And build something dangerous in it. Oh, mercy me. I do believe you got the hang of this, grubber. One more thing. Enemies coming through Aura Works are always helping themselves to our Argosine. So feel free to take it from their cold, dead hands.
to stop her. You have to try.
Angel form now. Blow the rest of back to the point. You're gonna have to follow her in there. The real kid. You don't take her out here, she'll heal.
Fight on, and remember who we once were. We shall not fear to take the leap.
Quinn? Quinn! Quinn? Anybody?
Tenno, the song has quieted. I am no longer reading Void Distortion. What have you found on the Zariman?
Just ghosts. I think we all lost today. Quinn, you're still you.
We changed. Oh, we drew power, but from a very different source. You have noticed, it's not just the reliquary that can work miracles with the void, yes? I wonder, do you even know just how brightly you shine?
You say that. But this place, I can't forget what it's put me through. Everyone through.
So, remember, like we remember Kira. There was a place in this park where she used to love to sit. I think perhaps it would suit a memorial.
Kid, when someone's gone, the part nobody talks about is that you have to choose how you're gonna remember them. There were people on this ship who loved you. You're never gonna forget what happened here. But you owe it to them and yourself to remember all the other days too. Protect those memories. Protect the Zariman. When you're ready to start making this place a home, come see me.
Ready to fight, just I'm not here to be your friend. I'm not sure why I'm here at all, but I'll keep you alive. These used to be museum fodder, ceremonial and all that golden piss talk. But now, real weapons. Void touched. Not fashion accessories, not conversation pieces. They are for killing. We good? Take your time. Whatever. Evolve what? Grubber, hello? You don't have an Incarnon. The pinch of the void, and any weapon can be made to sing a new tune. I can wait. Okay. Later.
Come on. Plenty needs seeing. Glad you decided to stick around. This place, the Chrysalith, was meant to be a sanctuary. Now it's a war room. We're fending off Grineer raiders, Corpus salvage hunters, and of course, the Void Angels. Taking our home back is going to be a long, hard fight. I mean to make use of your exceptional talents wherever I can. Come and see me whenever you're ready for a bounty assignment. We can remember. Let's go forward in mutual trust. We should be doing more to recognize your work. No problem. We're all trusting in you.
Why does it feel like we... Before you ask, no, we can't move the ship. Something I wasn't sure existed has burst through the Albrecht membrane, and right now the Zariman is plugging that hole. Pop her out, and we'd see void storms from here to Mercury. Which would be fascinating, if memorably horrible. Anyway, feel free to bring me anything you think I might be interested in. That's all. I suppose you could always come back when you have something. My patience is almost endless. Very well. Keep your secret. Oh, goodbye then.
You got a minute, Jen? Hey, welcome. If we'd ever made it to Tau, I was gonna be in charge of the homesteading. Getting everyone kitted out for their new start, you know? Well, you remember how that went. Shoot for the moon, land in a bucket of piss. So, in memory of the woman I was back when I was alive, I'm helping folks set up their homes here now. Little bit of everything here. Ah, well. Now, let's set you up with a whole new look. Buy me! Buy! Mind how you go, kid.
Everyone pulling together.
The sector is under control. Resistance crushed. Troops, begin optimizing the local workforce.
Is over. Follow me, Tenno, and on no account wake the family. Despite their conflicts, they sleep in peace. But a solitary dream plagues me. You must understand, constructs cannot dream. And yet, I have. In my dream, one single name repeats. Kalimos. The memory surface, long locked away. This was no dream, Tenno. It was a precept. The Kalimos sequence. I must fulfill this dormant precept. The Kalimos sequence, and it cannot be undone. Responsibility in the Kalimos. Awaken the sleeper. But I cannot do it alone. Please, assist me once more. I fear we are off the edge of the map and into the domain of monsters. Master Entrati never completed his final project, the vessels. The sequence dictates they cannot awaken before the sleeper does. Do you hear that? Let us hope the sleeper is untroubled by such strange finally. Master Entrati's last command. Show mercy, Tenno. Rentrati corners. He feared it was meaningless, and feared more that it was not. That book was like a monster in front. No doubt it holds the secrets of the vessels and of the Kalimo sequence. Take it, Tenno. It galls me slightly to see a compendium of knowledge used as a weapon. We need the originals here. We can only hope the sleep has been untouched by this vast horror, this indifference. Master Entrati jealously protected his most adored possessions, be they objects or people. Come, the sleeper awaits.
The Kalimo sequence has begun? Did he send you? Is he? No. No, of course he didn't. That would be impossible.
This is, well, Lloyd, the original. All emotional centers very much intact. Did you have a good sleep?
Ah, the healthful necroloid my Albrecht had made, so that I might have assistance and company. Perhaps that made it easier for him to leave. Resume your duties, construct.
Resume your duties, construct.
Please, follow me.
This is a Tenno, an orphan of the void, continuing the struggle our master abandoned.
A Tenno, a deserter, presumably. Is it not aware there's a war going on? So, the war too is just a memory now.
Tenno, while Lloyd completes his inspections, you'd better meet the Cavia, a reminder of darker times. Though Master Entrati always hoped the awaited operator would be able to understand them. An incomplete experiment, one might say.
Albrecht left a great deal incomplete. The vessels are unfinished, like a book one might one day return to. Operable, barely. The sequence dictates I am to wait for their operator. Clearly that cannot be you.
Oh, it can be. Tenno, Master Entrati's grimoire suggests you are the key. That colorless antique there? Use it.
isn't right. The transference stream, it's being diverted.
Arthur, find a terminal. Check in. I need to know you made it.
Feels like there's someone in my head.
Nearly done with this bitch of a year. I wish we could just start over. Find that Doctor and Trotty bastard on day one. Then I wouldn't be alone on New Year's Eve. They found me. Keep going, Arthur. Find Doctor and Trotty. Follow him into hell if you have to.
Stay tuned. Here's where we find out.
So, Albrecht made it to 1999 in one piece. But that thing is still on his heels. Albrecht rarely smiled after his return from the void. And never like that. I smashed the casket for nothing! It followed him anyway! Silence, creatures! It seems the murmur overloaded your connection. Unfortunately for Albrecht's cherished POM 2, not as future-proof as the label claimed. Alas. Murmur. They're attacking the sensory network I've installed. Our eyes and ears. To arms, Tenno! Play the warrior, and leave the tactics to me. Construct, I'm awake. Your one responsibility is fulfilled. Be with the family. They must be kept in the state of ignorance to which my Albrecht so wisely consigned them.
But I... Yes, I see. Until we meet again, Tenno.
void did. Doesn't that grimoire feel a little light?
Presumes to destroy our entertainment visual spaces. In all the time I've been stupid, they have never once been so bold. If Albert ever understood their father, he never bothered to share that knowledge with me. After all these years, we silent and focused. Something has changed. Stirred them up. Nothing makes other people compare to a family. Albrecht suspected they could no longer distinguish between the indifference and himself. A theory he was reluctant to confront. There is a defense system of sorts. Gather enough of the floating Warframe glyphs, and they should reinvigorate the organs you're here to protect. The fallback system, in case the promised operator doesn't show up. The indifference. He could have given lessons in indifference.
Come! Come!
Albrecht once thought the Cavia should have been destroyed. Failures all. But he briefly showed reluctance, and I saw no reason to punish them for his negligence. I saw the Crownstones. I beat back the infested. And by the void, I shall see the end of these monstrosities. auditory and visual sensors. In all the time I have been asleep, they have never once been so blind.
Hear it?
Ignore the caveat. If I don't ever understood him, he never thought to share that knowledge with me. After all those years of silent and faithful, sometimes stir them up. Necromancy never could be compared. Albert suspected they could no longer distinguish between the inhabitants and himself. A theory he was reluctant to confirm. The indifference. He could have given lessons in indifference.
Albert
once thought the Cavia should have been destroyed. Failures all. But he briefly showed reluctance, and I saw no reason to punish them for his negligence. I saw Warframe's thoughts. I beat back the infested, and by the void I shall see the end of these monstrosities. Join me on the Kalino's frequent snare.
Very impressive. You held them all back. Time to get out of here.
You're right, Fish. Lloyd could never figure things out. We have nothing to worry about.
If the Carvia have been babbling our secrets to the Murmur, I shall immolate the lot of them. Promise or no promise? It seems Albrecht said more than we heard. Despite the signal becoming corrupted, his words to you are preserved in the transference buffer. We should extract them. But for that, the POM-2 requires a replacement board. And those are all hidden away in the Netracels. You do understand that accessing a Netracel without a key glyph is completely impossible? A key glyph. So, the Carvia have provided the very item we require. Very well. Proceed to the Netracel at your own risk, Tenor. That babbling oddity may be sending you into a trap, and if you do end up in one, I'm afraid you are on your own. For living beings to bear. Each type will impede you in its own way.
things lying around, abandoned.
Right here!
I won't listen! My apologies, Tenno. I shall refrain from further outbursts. Albrecht stored all manner of sentimental old junk in it. He said keep it. The necessary security for life is good. That door won't open while it considers the man. So eliminate them. The lab's automated systems are trying to lock down the Netracell. Their only option is to destroy. Excellent. Return to me with the bolt, Tenno. Thank you. A moment, please. Would you do the honors?
Arthur? Tenno. Forgive me. I need Lloyd to understand why I had to leave without him. Why I forced him to destroy the device after I had gone. And why I could never say the words he so needed to hear. If I had remained in the Deimos laboratory, Lloyd would never have been safe from him. You know of what I speak. And so I retreated to the only place in history where that entity could not easily follow, to draw his greedy eye away from Lloyd. Tenno, I require your trust. Craft the little curio whose blueprints you will find in the computer's memory. Complete the Kalemos sequence. Repair. Rebuild. When the time is right, find me.
The skin of a martyr doesn't suit you, Albrecht. If something mattered, he'd have found a way. It's too late. You heard him, Tenno. He requires your trust. So craft the bloody thing.
Tick-tock, kiddo. You don't want to be late again, do you?
The Jahu Gargoyle. Bring it back here and we shall examine what form will do to help us. Albrecht may have told you to build that thing, but given how he used people and threw them away, he may not have cared for your safety. If that gargoyle is a threat, you must take it from the sanctum immediately. Now, activate it.
Lost. If ignorance is bliss, then you, Tello, must be ecstatic. Come on then, bring it closer. Wakey, wakey.
Where did that come from? Identify yourself!
Please, Lloyd, let them figure it out. That's the right direction. Oh, who's a good... No! This... Yes! Now it's wandering off again. That's the right direction. Here! In the jar! What? The fish with the big brain? Yes, the fish with the big brain! Can we please finally get this interminable process over with?
Albrecht used you to give the Cavia a voice. Just as he used me to keep them alive. Such a resourceful man.
So, here we are then, the best of what's left. Clearly, Papa's plan was countered. Color me surprised. Right then, we may proceed with the sequence.
You animals have observed us all this time, have you not? You've given yourself a role in this sequence?
Indeed we have. Oh, come, Lloyd. It's named after Papa's favorite pet. Spare the rod and spoon. We know the fragmented ones are heralds of the indifference. We know the chosen operator must summon and destroy them. And regrettably, you, Lloyd, have made this impossible.
Choose your words carefully, fish.
Then, the grimoire is incomplete. The final page hidden away by Lloyd. Be a darling and retrieve it. That's all. Run along.
So be it. The gift of decency was clearly not bestowed upon the Carvier, Tenno. But I cannot deny the page's current status is lost.
Talk! I can talk! Hey, hey! Oh, Mr. Lloyd! Mr. Lloyd! Where is Papa? Why did Papa leave us? Mr. Lloyd!
Papa is gone. We could all be gone too. In an instant, like... We have to keep...
Allow me to bold these differences first in touch reaches and take our speech. We would be smooth. So, realize and eradicate the murmur in the church before the big bang gets word that Lloyd's awake and the fish is talking.
There is some truth to what fish says. That page was the last thing my Albert ever wrote. Meant for me. Since I had no interest in reading evidence and justifications, I hid it away. But with all this chaos, it's undetectable.
Don't ask, your tiny mind would like to comprehend the strain of understanding. This limitation is our one hope.
Do not patronize the Tenno fish. The strands of claw are merely forward to the change conceptually embodied timeline.
That was brought up in school, exploring complicated concepts in childish terms. I see now where she learned it. us are miles away in extinction, grim, black, and final. If you would be so kind. So I can point you toward that sodding pain.
It's done. Keep it to yourself. I'm damned if I'm giving Albrecht the last word.
Raps upon the untimed door, and sans grimoire, we are undone. We've been
Listen, the murmur diverted your instruction jump. We need you back at the sanctum. Now! Hurry!
You gave me back my sight, but I would not spare you a glance. You gave me back my voice, but I never spoke to praise you as I should have. For you were my right hand, my strength, my support, my sanctuary. Even when the galleries hurled scorn upon me, your sole desire was to suffer in my stead. Service, you aspired to be worthy of me. I only wish that I could have been worthy of you, my lord.
Tenno. No. Operator.
The strand of claw has been cut, while the indifference remains undeterred. I foresee a grim and continuing struggle to safeguard Papa's laboratory from its fell and ruinous grasp.
Indeed. I shall not waver. Protect the vessels. Repair. Rebuild. So runs the Kalimo sequence. And such is our task. In the version of the past we saw, my Albrecht said we were too late. The solution, naturally, is to arrive on time next time. You keep the murmur at bay, I shall fulfill my role. Punctuality. The Entrati family never could arrive on time without my help. And so, here I am, back to my old role, the diligent servant. Albrecht would have smiled at that, I think. He said, do not let it see you weeping, Lloyd.
We had a deal. The deal was shook. A little handshake, all it took. Though from the deal, the wee child ran.
Yet still, we end as we began.
One must make the best of things. You've met the animals? The catastrophe Albrecht saddled me with? Well, any ideas? Their roles were intended to be Instead, we have this. It's bad comedy. They're imprinted with whatever information they need to function, and an understanding of our current state of affairs, including Albrecht's absence. They were sent into the Void using a bell of the same design that Albrecht initially used. The Void got in, somehow. Again. One of the animals was lost, and the rest came back like that. We placed them in stasis, pending a proper examination. For them, the disaster, intelligence, and selfhood all occurred only hours ago. They're psychological shrapnel, and they're all we've got. See what you can do with them. I simply do not have the time. So much of what we do resembles magic. No wonder we found demons in the forbidden spaces. Good condition. Shouldn't take long to dissolve. Oh, know, I'll just pop off and find... I hear his voice sometimes when I walk these halls alone. I'll just put... I know what it must have cost. Maybe I'll just... I cannot lie, Tenno. I have always felt nervous in the presence of Warframes. The Orokin twisted people into weapons, and I've seen firsthand the bloody and, well, very good, Tenno. All satisfactory, I trust.
Dear lad, distract Tagver. Aye. Ah, yes. Operator, correct? Drifter, perhaps? You'll find our merry band share that unconventional relationship with their appellations. I am Fibonacci. Papa's design has uplifted me to function as the coordinating factor of this little group. You, may have heard that one of our number was consigned to paradise before our return from the void. Min, Tagver's mate. Yes, most unfortunate. Too often it is the good and the young who forge our future, laying their lives upon progress's unfeeling anvil. Now, let us apply ourselves to the grand work at hand and deny our minds melancholy's frigid caress. To work! Gather the others. I have something to say to... What do you mean? Gather the others. I have some... As you were.
Now that you're here, Tenno, let's put you to
Hey, I still got a bunch of that noisy.
Oh, 1 minute, I existed only to eat and flee and breed. The next I was me. But Min, did Min have time to be Min? Before... She and I, we were the last. Did you know that? Without her, there's no more us. No more Tagfer and Min. No soft calls. No gentle nuzzling muzzle. No little Tagfers. No little Mins. Ever. Fibonacci says we have to trust that it's all part of Papa's plan. How? Why? And now, I have a purpose. So the fish says, to help you in the ways in which I have been instructed. But all I want is to be with her. Whatever Papa touched, the indifference, the murmur, I think it's lonely. It wants to be a part of what we've got going on. Only it doesn't know that. And it does its best to join in, but it's clumsy, ignorant. So everything about it is skewed, half-assed. You follow? Papa never wanted anyone to know what he was up to. That's why he built the Netra cells. Little hideaway vaults. Not even Lloyd knows what he got up to in there. I want to know. I can get you into the anchor hold, where Albrecht stored all his key glyphs. They're on a rotation timer. Only one Netracell can be opened at any given time. And before you can do that, you've got to find the Netracell and neutralize any opposition. Are you sure? Is everything okay?
He usually thinks Mr. Tagford is very still and very quiet. Like a dead thing and the hot green thing I think that came from jungle. He must be practicing. Mr. Tagford? Wow, he's really good at that. Dead thing. Is Min a dead thing? Can my friends be dead things? Can I be a dead thing? Oh, Papa will bring her back. Papa can do that. Papa won't let us be dead things. Papa, Bark, loves us. Yes, Bark. Yes, Bark, Bark. Mr. Fishanachi. He'd know. Papa's plan, he said. So, You got it. Are they too good?
Please, remember to hand in any Voca you encounter for analysis. Tenno, the Warframe Corvex was designed by my Albrecht's own hand to protect the chosen operator from the hazards of his laboratory. This design is yours, by right. I intend to keep the promise I made to him. When the time is right and the equipment repaired, I will assist you to travel back to the past, to the pivotal year of 1999. Perhaps, between us, we may change history. Lloyd.
Chosen operator. A friendly suggestion. You could do so much more with those melee weapons of yours. I donate my wisdom on both tool and technique. Listen well. Tennokai. A fighting technique fusing void and bestial instinct. Raw power. While I have never used Tennokai, I understand it perfectly. Somewhat of a mind master. Enough so that lost materials pertaining to Tennokai have been stored just out of my reach in the sanctum. Tools. Papa was not one to rest. Use this segment to unlock more potential for your arsenal. The arcane was an art and science that Papa studied well. The convexity of my bowl a magnifying glass on his research, and now your gain. Install this segment, acquire melee arcanas, find Tennokai modules, and observe the results. A swift deletion of your foes.
Operator, I've run diagnostic regressions. All systems nominal. You don't need to think again.
Oh, the Leverian. It was floundering. You understand? Going under. All that work I put into it, and so few visited, let alone donated. Oh, I don't mean you, of course. I know you're a friend to the Liverian. You just wasn't enough. So when Parvos made me an offer, I thought, oh, why not? Just let it go. Let it all go. I took the deal, Tenno. I shouldn't have, but I did. Oh, if only Dante was still around. Please, you must come see me.
Excellent armaments, operator. Please return
Covered in blood.
safe and...
friend. You find me now amidst the bones of all I am, of the thing that mattered most to me in my too long life. You know, I wasn't sure it was possible to be less than a man, for I was a man once. This room was to be a shrine to one of my dearest friends, but now that shall never come to pass. Look around, and I will recount what was meant to be. Did I never tell you of Dante? No, I suppose I didn't. I suppose I hadn't the fortitude. The entirety of the Liverian is shaped by the lack of him, though perhaps only in ways that I can see. Though, by definition, a weapon of war, Dante was, first and foremost, a student of history. And he was my friend. Truthfully, much of the Liverian would not exist were it not for that bold, two-fisted academician's devotion to both myself and the cause of better understanding our history and ourselves. It shames me to think of what he would have to say about what I have done to our shared endeavor. Carlos Granum, you know the name. He of the gilded hand and gilded tongue. For an age, he has sought what Dante and I had gathered together, our collected treasures. For one such as Granum, there is no such thing as enough. In an age with no appetite for memory, maintaining a shrine to our shared history seemed folly. And so, in a low moment, I signed it all away. I do not know what possessed me in that moment. I have no need for money, or food, or shelter, or care. Perhaps I merely felt my time was done, that the past had served its use, and me along with it. Whatever the reason, I allowed myself an instant to feel my misery to be greater than my life's purpose. A momentary indulgence that may be paid by every future generation until the sun goes dark. I would give much for my friend to have been here. Dante and I, we tempered each other's unique compulsions. You would have liked Dante, I feel. His end began, as it did for so many souls, with the Entrati family. The patriarch of that benighted family had fallen into decadence and disrepute, his name sullied by controversy and implications of madness. Then an erstwhile associate of mine, a gentleman by the name of Lloyd, a Master Entrati's man for more than a lifetime, well, vanished. Lloyd, his master, and his entire lineage just gone. There were rumors, of course. Master Entrati was known at that time for outlandish claims and questionable science relating to voices he was hearing, I believe. Gods from beyond the veil and whatnot. After the disappearances, Dante, never one to let a good mystery go, insisted on infiltrating the Entrati manse and learning the truth for himself. I, however, being more familiar with the confidential details of Master Entrati's interests, urged him otherwise. I suppose you wonder why I would do such a thing if I believed Master Entrati to be fit for little more than the asylum. Lloyd was, as I said, a dear friend, We spoke often. His last missive to me was a simple one. We end as we began. As a student of history and its occult apocrypha, I know the terrible import of those words, and so I cautioned Dante to remain by my side. He promised to do so, then did otherwise, and I never saw him again. Perhaps I was not so deft at tempering him as he was of me, and that, I suppose, was my first great failing, the parent of this second and most final one. I imagine you surmised why I have summoned you here. To ask that, in the name of whatever friendship we share, to lend your aid to my impossible predicament. To help preserve, not me, not this shadow of a man I once was, but to keep this monument to history alive, so that future generations may learn from it and never repeat our most shameful mistakes. Granham's obsession with that bygone age demands pieces of such. Ironic, really, that one man's interest in history serves only to strip an edifice whose singular purpose was to protect it. But there remains one slim hope: the sourcing of artifacts from places other than the Laverian, sourced by you at my direction. Help me, friend. Help me, that my one great and final mistake not be the error that turns our collective history and the work of lifetimes to a single miserable use, making a rich man richer.
Orders has received messages for the operator. No, I have not read them.
This.